Hello and welcome to our webinar on Introduction to Facebook, getting the basics right for your Facebook business page. This webinar is brought to you by Bundaberg North Burnett Tourism and the Tourism Tribe. My name is Lynn Hocking. I am a digital coach with the Tourism Tribe. The way we connect these days as humans has changed. Everything's becoming much more digital. We just got used to having a website, how we optimize that. Now we have to get our head around this thing called social media, and there's so many of them. Without a doubt, Facebook is the largest social media. You need to be playing in this sphere. You need to be building a community, and it need not take you more than about an hour a week if you choose to do it yourself, in-house. We take a look at the figures. Over 13 million 55% of the population in Australia are on Facebook. It's not just young people anymore. It's mature retirees who are the fastest growing segment. Why? They've had to learn and cope and adapt to Facebook as a means of communicating with grandkids. Now they've evolved, they're out travelling, enjoying their retirement, and they're sharing that with the world on their own Facebook page. There is a bit of work involved in having a Facebook presence. It's just not a matter of posting up every so often when you think of something on Facebook and thinking it'll grow a community. I look at a Facebook page and a Facebook community like a digital meeting place, like a digital pub where you go, you sit, you meet, you talk, you get to know each other, and then you build trust in each other, and then you can sell each other stuff. But until you've made that connection and built a community, you haven't really got a presence on Facebook. So you do need to have a strategy, think about who your target audience is, work out what sort of content, what posts would be of interest to those target audiences, what tools you'll use to reach that audience with your content. Could be competitions, buying ads. There's implementing your social media plan. That's got a little bit to do with whether you want to put it across more than one social media, but for the sake of today, we're just talking about Facebook. Track and measure. There are some great reporting mechanisms on Facebook that you can actually track and measure how successful any one individual post or advertising campaign has been. And you're forever adjusting your social media. Nothing is ever wrong. If you put up a post and no one likes it, or no one comments, or no one shares it, then try something different until you do find something that interests your community. It's really important to establish whether or not you actually do want to play in social media. So you need to look at these questions and ask yourself, do I have clear goals for social media marketing? Do I have someone within my organisation who is committed to doing my social marketing, preparing the posts for Facebook, checking it daily to see if someone responds? That you have the ability to produce some really interesting content and maintain a conversation with your community. That you have an understanding of which social media sites are popular. Where are your customers looking in a social media sense? We're pretty sure it would be at least Facebook. But have you asked them? Your company website is ready for social marketing attention. Can you get a link from your website to click right through to your Facebook page? Does your content management system have the ability to do that? And overall in the business plan, you're ready to incorporate your social media strategies throughout the buying process. So talking to your customers you haven't even met yet. Rewarding the ones who have been with you for years, offering incentives to repeat customers through Facebook to buy from you again. You need to be forever thinking about what you do on the shop front. You have to replicate it in your digital shop front. It cannot work in isolation from your regular day-to-day sales and marketing. There are lots of obstacles we can put in the road to stop us getting involved with social media. You can't dive into social media unless you are ready. You've seriously got to believe that you're interested in talking to your customers in a digital sense. If you don't, then you possibly won't succeed in Facebooking or any other social media. Don't be a big brag. It's not all about you. Social media is about going to that digital pub or that digital meeting place and chatting to each other. You don't sit there, and nor should you in a social media / Facebook situation, just brag about how good you are, how better your prices are, how more efficient your product is. You'll turn people off. Don't be afraid to give social marketing a go. But if you take it on, you've got to allow around about 18 months of hard work in building your Facebook community and keeping in touch with them and getting them turned into potential clients. Don't be afraid to try social media, but you need to allow about 18 months for some traction. Letting people get to know you, getting people to like and follow your Facebook page other than your friends and relatives. Don't be afraid of social media because the return on investment will be challenging. I know someone that's had a booking button on their Facebook page for 3 years and only ever got one booking. Well, that's one booking they would not have gotten. But she turned around and said, well, is it worth it? And I said, well, really, what's it costing you? The button sits up there in your Facebook environment. Any booking you get's a bonus. We used to be quite happy with putting an ad in the paper, and if the phone didn't ring enough, it would have been the paper's fault. Well, now, this is so measurable that we can actually look inwardly and see if we are talking to our social media community properly. Are we offering them a good deal? Are we giving them some reason to hang in there with us on Facebook? Social media, and Facebook in particular, are not advertising sites solely. Do the old 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you're just having a conversation, engaging with your community. And 20% of the time, you're offering them a deal. But be sure that deal is something that's exclusive to them. Don't assume every social media site is good for your business. Don't delve in and do Pinterest, Twitter, Flickr if you don't have the resources to sit behind it. Most small businesses are doing really well if they can commit to Facebook, posting 3 times a week and checking it daily. If you can do more than that, great. You can't just create a Facebook page and let it sit and say, my job's done. People will go on there looking for your product. People do go and search on Facebook, if nothing else, to see if there's a special deal going exclusively for Facebook followers. I saw a situation the other day on a Facebook page where the tourism product provider was offering a 15% discount exclusively to its Facebook followers for a 9-day period. If you didn't follow them on Facebook, you weren't able to access that special deal. So you can't just create a Facebook page and walk away from it. Don't make friends, don't build a community and then stop talking to them. Very bad for your business image. It's really important that your business Facebook page be set up properly and legally. If your current Facebook business page is under your own personal name, let's say Joe Blogs, and on Joe Blogs' page you're talking to your community about your business, Facebook will pull you down, you'll lose all of your traction and all of your likes. So you must have a human account, a personal account on Facebook. Even if you never personally want to play on Facebook, have anything to do with Facebook, it doesn't matter. You've got to have a human profile. You don't have to have your human profile exposed on Facebook. No one need know it's there. You never need to post. You can make a whole lot of settings happen behind the scenes in your personal account that it will never be exposed. But Facebook has to know that a personal account has been set up for a business page to hang off it. One warning I would give to small businesses and any businesses is that whoever sets up the business account needs to make sure that it is a generic admin email address so that if that employee leaves the services of your company, you still have access to your own Facebook page. That's really critical. So as you may or may not be aware, on a personal account you have friends, you have a timeline. It used to be called your profile, but a timeline is effectively all the posts you put up. And you can put photos of yourself and others up, videos, links, images, invitations to events. That's a personal account. From that, you then have a business account that hangs off that personal account. A business account gathers likes. It used to be called fans. It also, your business account, has a timeline. It used to be called a wall, where you go up and you post things on your timeline. People can comment, people can tick like, people can share it with their friends. As part of your content that goes up on your timeline, you can put photos, videos, links, images, and invitations to events. What you can't do as a business account is go off and like people. So the hard work is in businesses letting people know that they have a Facebook page and inviting them to find you and like you. But you cannot go off and troll around in Facebook looking for individuals to like. You can go and like other businesses, but you can't go and like any personal accounts belonging to humans. So now we understand the basic fundamentals of a Facebook page, personal versus business. We need to have a look at who are the customers that come into our shopfront, and through knowing their behaviour in our shopfront, we can work out how to speak to them in an engaging way on our Facebook business page. So, do you only send them as day visitors? Short in and out stay? Are they overnight visitors? Do you see them as repeat customers? Are they locals? Are they families? Are they dual income, no kids? Who is your audience? Describe what they want from your product. What matters to them? Start thinking about what it is they want to hear from you as opposed to what you think you need to say to them. So what do you think it is that your Facebook audience is interested in? From research, we understand that they like to have information that's shared with them that improves their lives or helps them do their job better or keeps them happier or improves their lifestyle at home. They find out their interests, their passion. How can you improve their work-life balance? Tell a story that encourages your customers to talk about anything. It doesn't actually even need to be about your product. Have fun and don't be boring. I found this on the internet and thought it was really, really helpful in helping me to build the content for my stories. I'm not so concerned with how many times it says on this pyramid to do it. I'm more interested in having you focus on the types of content you might want to start dishing up to your online community on Facebook. We start at the bottom, providing relevant information. So if you are an accommodation provider, you might talk about how you're the perfect getaway for a baby moon, a honeymoon, a romantic getaway, Valentine's, a rest, a rejuvenation. You might be a spa treatment centre, and you could talk about how the essential oils are of benefit to you from a holistic point of view. If you're a chef or have a property that serves food, you might want to talk about where you source your local produce and how few food miles are taken to get that meal from paddock to plate. Teach how to do something. People really love this, particularly if it's something that will help them in their daily lives, help them save time. It could be teach them how to get a red wine stain out of a cushion. It could be how to cook a particular meal. It could be how to get a four-wheel drive out of a bog. Share your knowledge about your product that helps them learn something. Start a conversation. How might you do that? Ask a question. Ask for feedback. I had a client the other day who told me that she was going to change her hero shot for her business. It's a city skyline. And for a couple of years she's had a daytime shot. She went onto Facebook, she posted up 3 images and she said, "Help me community, which one would you like to see as the hero shot?" People came back and voted. And as a result of what the community said, this client changed her profile image on Facebook and changed her hero shot throughout all of her marketing. Let your community be involved. Let them help you make decisions. Inspire. I love this one. Inspire. Run a competition. Inspire them to give you their email address. Inspire them to share information about themselves with you. Inspire them to take up a deal and book now. Inspire them with an incentive. And entertain them. Have a bit of fun. Crack a funny. Tell a funny story. It doesn't have to be always about your product. Talk to them as humans. Have some fun. Let your personality shine through. Let's take a look now at the look and feel and the different attributes of a business page of a Facebook. What's really important is your images. Make them fun, engaging. There's 2 different Facebook pages here and both the big smiling people having a great time. Here's a Facebook page where they've taken advantage of all the great little apps, the little applications you can put onto your Facebook page. So after you've put all your big images in, you can put a call to action in. It could be gift certificates, it could be a book now button, it could be a sign up button. Be sure to use great images and also share whatever images people send into you that have said, "We've had a great stay at your place, here's some photos we've taken." Make sure you share them on Facebook. Down the left-hand side, you can use apps like YouTube, Instagram, TripAdvisor. Take your clients on a journey. If they want to get to know more about you, they can click on your YouTube tab and see the videos about your property. They can also leave comments. Be sure to check it daily to see if anyone has asked you something via the private messaging. Here's another great example of a Facebook business page. You can see they've used the little area, usually where a small profile picture could go, to put a TripAdvisor or certificate of excellence, letting people know that they've been reviewed well on TripAdvisor. Down the left-hand side, the apps they've chosen to use is a link to their web page, a link to their TripAdvisor reviews, and a second call to action button to book now. The other call to action being up on the top in the header. If you're not a business but you want to have a presence on Facebook, you can start a community page. So you might be a local festival group or folk group that meet regularly. Here's an example of the Tourism Tribe community page, and they have a button that allows you to sign up. It's just another way again of getting people to engage with you on Facebook. There's a thing on Facebook called a vanity URL. And what that means is that you can actually take ownership of what the URL, the actual address of your Facebook page. So you can see, for example, where we've got this one listed as good, you can see it says facebook.com/Fig Tree Holiday Village. Nice, easy to cut and paste, easy to understand which Facebook page people would be sent to. You can see down below the not good, that's just the regular default generated by Facebook URL. To create your vanity URL, go to this link and at the same time be logged into your Facebook business page and create your vanity URL. Just note, one tip, you only get one chance. If you make a spelling error, tough. You're stuck with that incorrectly spelt URL. So be careful, think about it, check it before you hit the submit button. So here's some top tips for engaging an audience that it's worth mentioning. If you don't have a lot of images or you want good quality images, go and ask a local photographer if you can use some of his or her images and credit the photographer. Or better still, go and follow that photographer on Facebook and share their images. Ask open-ended questions. Run competitions. If you do decide to run a competition, at the very least, make sure you ask people for their email address. Offer helpful tips that will improve their life. Share some great posts from local businesses you follow. Go on and follow everybody in town and share their posts. Video. You've got two ways you can post video onto Facebook really easily. One, via Instagram, done from your smartphone, or two, there's a new app on Facebook that allows you to shoot from your camera and video stream straight up to a post on your Facebook page instantly. If you're promoting local upcoming events, let people know about 2 months out. Give them a link through to where they can buy some tickets. And here's a great idea, and I'll give you some examples now, of creating a mascot. Sometimes it's easier to talk as something other than ourselves. Let me show you. Here's an example of a mascot, Miles the mascot. He's representing the best football club on planet Earth. Here's Ziggy, a little closer to home up in Mackay. Ziggy used to be the voice of this particular Facebook page. It was hilarious. Ziggy was this lone male goanna walking around the caravan park, and his sole job in life was to keep any unwanted snakes away. And also, if you accidentally dropped a scrap, he would clean it up for you. He sent out a message to all goannas around Australia. He was looking for love. He wanted someone to find him a goanna to fall in love with. And lo and behold, his community sent pictures from all over Australia of female goannas, like as if you'd know, female goannas that might want to fall in love with Ziggy. How fun is that? And this is for an accommodation place in Mackay, yet their voice and face is Ziggy, the goanna. Another important area of your business or community Facebook page is to ensure that you fill the fields in what's called page info. When you're setting up your Facebook page, be sure to fill that in. because that's the information that sits behind the About button. So this wraps up our session and introduction to Facebook for Business. Let's just recap what we discussed today. You need to check your page daily. You might only post once a week, twice a week, or 3 times a week. But you must check your page daily to see if anyone has sent you a private message or if they've made a comment on one of your posts, because I think it's good etiquette to tick like if they comment about a picture or a post you've put up. At least post once a week. Whatever it is you agree to post, stick to that. Let your brand have some fun. Let the personality come out on the Facebook. If you don't feel you have the personality for it, get one of your staff members that does. Give them some guidelines around what you want them to post and when, but have some fun with it. Put up fun and engaging posts. What interests you? What makes you giggle? Think about putting that up and see if you're engaging your audience. See if they share the same quirky sense of humour that you have. Keep using great images of guests and your destination. Sell all the things in and around your product. Think about Facebook as a sub-website that's interlinked to your own website. It's like a microsite. Thank you for your time today. I hope you got something from our presentation. I do want to thank my dog China for barking in. And thank you. I'm Lynn Hocking, and good luck with your business.